Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go here in the Inner Harbor. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
Their own 18-yard line.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be stuck at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run the draw with Walker. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down. They'll try and run it with Walker. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on 3rd down.
All runs here to start this game, and this defense, they were nearly up to the task, trying to force a 3 and out, get off to a good start, but this running back, he had some other plans here, Mike, and he's going to pick up that 1st down.
1st and 10. Now Walker. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Straight ahead, it's Walker. A much more positive run here. That one good for 10, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd down coming up. Pick up on the 11 yards on that one. Good for a Commanders 1st down.
Washington 1st down.
Throwing is Williams. First, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. His throw, left side, for Tesla. He's got it. And they will finally run him down. A big play there for Washington. 32 yards.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
That is brought in at the 10. And he'll be out of bounds down around the 40. About 19 yards on that one. They're in business. It's first and goal. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is first and goal. Here's Walker. Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's second and goal.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll go again here from the 10-yard line. Second down and goal. To Slav, a man in motion. One more time with Walker. Stop at the 6, and that sets up third and goal.
And after putting together what's been a long and methodical drive, they suddenly find themselves on the verge of potentially stalling out. So this defense, they can get a stop here. That would feel like a pretty big win on a drive that's largely been dominated by the offense.
So can the defense come up with the early stop here on third and goal? Here's a designed run. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on fourth and goal.
And a nice job there defensively on third down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the first down.
Want to finish this opening drive with 6. So the decision is go for it on fourth and goal. They'll indeed go. It's Williams. And this is Hawk. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Touchdown, Commander. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
And when things haven't been going your way, like they haven't around here recently, Mike, this is exactly what you need. You're looking for a spark. So to take the opening possession of the game, march it down there, and come away with the score, all of a sudden the sideline's a lot more positive. There's a lot more good energy amongst your teammates. Is that the spark they needed to turn this thing around?
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big legs. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Here's a run with the rookie from UCLA. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Ryan Brazine there for the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
From the 38 now, here's second and 7.
Hey, report to what? Hey, you.
From the gun, Jackson. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll be back in Baltimore after this. Here comes 3rd and 6.
Hey, Alpha, sit hot. Hey, middle. Sit hot. 180. Hey, sit hot. 180. Hey, sit hot.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So often we see quarterbacks get themselves in trouble. When you move the pocket towards the sideline, it really takes away half of the field. So give credit. He doesn't try to throw back across his body, put the ball in harm's way. Just simply throws this ball out of bounds and lives for the next play.
On 4th down, they snapped it to Jackson. This is intercepted. Picked off by Talanoa Hufanga. His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
And he is put into the backfield. Defenders crashing through to blow up that play behind the line.
Some pretty good speed coming off the line there, and it helped him disrupt that draw. Well, I don't even think disrupting is the right word. He flat out stopped the draw, handing them a loss.
Third and long. Here's Williams. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Isaac Deslaw was the intended target. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw. And even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway. And it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10.
180! Sit hot! 180! 180, sit hot! 180! 180, sit hot! 180!
On play action, here's Jackson. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. First pick for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Alpha, sit hot! 180! Sit hot! Sit hot!
Now give on the ground. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Great job here by the defense, making sure that they have one defender responsible for the running back and one responsible for the quarterback. In this case, they decide to give it to the back. He's taken down for a loss.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14.
Hey, 180! 180! 180!
Here's Jackson. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. He may go. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This taken just shy of the goal line. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. A big play there for Washington. It's a gain of 34. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. We got Biggie Frosty. Biggie Frosty. What is up?
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Once again, it's Walker. He'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Raven 16-yard line.
2nd down and 8.
What is up? Vegas!
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. This one caught at the 4. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the 1st down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Now, this looks like a design run, and he will take it in himself. Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Washington. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. The extra point is up and through. And the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
We changed it. Go. You are finish it on.
Off the play fake. Jackson. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw in the pass is incomplete.
And once he got his head around, he realized he was in danger. I mean, luckily, he was able to get rid of that ball before it turned into a negative play.
Second and 10. Now Jackson, this a design run. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Great job with his legs. On the move for 15 and moving the chains with a first down.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go. You can see why.
Jackson now to throw on first down. To the left side, he's got Ferguson. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
38-yard line.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. Derek Hall there to bring him down.
36-yard line.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Second down. Jackson. He'll air it out down the middle. And he'll take it on in. Jalen Lane. Touchdown, Baltimore.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
And look at this. The extra point is blocked.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. He was trying to get that to Tez Walker. And it'll lead to a second down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
Williams to throw on second down. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
All these defensive linemen, I promise you, they all want sacks. That is how you get paid. That is how you make your name. But it's also the other plays where you can affect the quarterback. Can you make them feel uncomfortable? Or in this case, you don't get the sack, but it was the hit that's able to alter the pass to fall incomplete.
Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Yeah.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. And now a timeout. 7 seconds left in this first half.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Go.
Jackson now. Now a deep ball from Mitchell. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. A tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Play action now. Jackson. Throw left side, caught by Ferguson. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Ravens first down.
At the 46-yard line.
Jackson going to keep this one himself. Working his way for a short pickup to the 48.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8.
Hey. Go ahead.
Now it's Jackson. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
The 21-yard line.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha, tonight. Tonight.
Now a give up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
A gain of a yard.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9.
The Commanders' 20-yard line.
180. Come on. 180. Headshot.
To throw is Jackson. Pass completed right side to Ferguson. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
Another Baltimore first down.
180.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now faking the give. That's to Ferguson once again. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Second and goal at the 1-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Ravens. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
And it's just so hard to play defense down this close to your own goal line. Of course, you have to be prepared for any sort of goal line run. But then these play-action passes down here are just so hard to account for everybody. And it's simply an easy pitch and catch and results in a touchdown.
That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready, tonight. Watch out. Blue.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Throwing on 2nd down. Williams. That's over the middle. Caught by Teslam. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Washington.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. What a time for a pick six for the defense as the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick six.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick six them, and you're able to extend that lead.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 37 yards. The break the huddle coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Williams. His throw, left side, for Tesla. He's got it. He's taken down just shy of the 10. 15-yard pickup there. Good for a Commanders' first down.
Really nice answer to the previous drive from this quarterback. You want to play at this league and you want to play for a long time, you better have a short-term memory because mistakes are going to happen. Really nice job here bouncing back, putting together a promising drive, and he's open to come away with a touchdown of his own.
Pass right side going to be taken in by Walker. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Walker now gets us going here in the 4th quarter. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. On 3rd down, it's Williams. On him in a flash, and he lost the football. And fortunately for the Commanders, one of their guys able to get back in there and retain possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. The Commanders set to kick this one away. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. The Commanders going to send out their field goal unit. This will be from 47 yards. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Commanders will cut into that lead.
17.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
Middle. Get out. You go.
A first down throw for Jackson. Now a deep ball for Mitchell. That is hot. And he will go all the way. And 9, Mitchell. Touchdown, Baltimore. That is second touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not... completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Jackson and the Ravens will try to tack on 2 more.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Ready, shot.
They'll look to throw. He'll swing that out wide. And he will get into the end zone. And that bumps this up to a 3-score lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
At their own 33-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their second pick 6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's one pick 6. But to get 2 pick 6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. Drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Escaping the danger, throwing, and completing. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Washington.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. To the middle of the field and caught by Walker.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Markham at the 48-yard line. He'll get 10 there on the keeper, and that's going to be good for a 1st down. Here's 1st and 10.
1st down, Washington.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
He's brought down at the 32-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 4. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He's going to tuck it and go. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. That's good for 27 and a first down.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
That's to the end zone, where it's incomplete. What a job in covering, muscling that one free. It'll be second down now.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
A throw on the move is caught. And the Commander is going to be set up with first and goal. Pass play moves them down to the 1.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here.
Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. Well, they come up with the turnover on defense. The quarterback choosing to keep it, and the defense choosing to take it away.
Mike, anytime a quarterback turns into a runner, the defense loves it. They want to take a shot at him. They want to take a shot at the ball, and that's exactly what they were able to do here. Force the fumble, get the ball back. Great job there by the defense.
Jackson now to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Ryan Rasheed. He's in there for the sack. It's his third of the year.
What shot? Shot! 180! What shot? Yeah. 13.
Jackson now on second down. On the run to the right. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Not fun here. Third and a lot.
180!
The shotgun, here's Jackson. Now, look out. That ball is free in the end zone. And that's going to be scooped up in the end zone. A fumble recovery for touchdown. So, after the fumble return, they'll bring the offense out and go for two. Throwing is Williams. And this is caught. So an 8-point swing. What a turn here. The fumble return for touchdown, and they tack on two more for good measure. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 2. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, middle. Hey, out.
They'll begin here on the ground. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. And it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game.
Second and 8 at the 21-yard line.
Hook him up on a 2nd down and 8.
What ain't it? Report! No, we changed it.
They'll drop to throw. Pass caught. That's Lane. Now the Commanders will use their 3rd and final timeout. Get a stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. One final chance for this defense. And here's 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. Let's see what they do here. This is 4th and long. Jackson. He's going to look for the home run ball. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
I'm a big fan, Mike, of quarterbacks willing to take chances. I don't want my guys sitting there scared to throw the ball downfield. But as always, it does come with a little bit of balance. He tried to get that one all in one throw and just doesn't get quite enough pace on it, and it ends up going the other way.
This is 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got it. Now on 2nd and long. Here's Williams. Back deep for Olave. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. Here we go. One final play. Again, working deep downfield. And the final throw of the game winds up